Governor Phil Scott is expected to make a decision on a bill in the coming weeks that would drastically change Vermont's approach to helping the homeless and Vermont's most vulnerable.
It places the responsibility in local community organizations and providers. NBC5's Stephen Biddix is live in the newsroom. And Stephen, you learned that more than a dozen local providers are against this bill.
That's exactly right, Liz and Brian. Whether it's the tight deadline or a major change in how funding would be handed out, 16 boots-on-the-ground providers say, while good intentioned, it's not feasible and could actually make things worse.
I truly believe that H91 is one of those ways that could make what we're doing worse.
State lawmakers sent a bill to Governor Phil Scott that would overhaul Vermont's response to homelessness by putting Vermont's 5 community action organizations at the forefront and create VHARTH. But the issue is, the boots-on-the-ground providers say it's not a good bill, sounding the alarm.
Something shifting from state operation to the community is a big deal, and there's no parallel solution to catch those individuals while this change is being made.
VHARTH would start next summer. The one-year timeline for providers isn't realistic, they say, as they would be tasked with creating new shelters and carrying out their program as the hotel-motel program is wound down.
We're not sure how that would be possible. It's just not a reasonable timeline, and the solutions are just not there. It seems like some magical thinking.
I don't think that a one-year timeline is feasible to do all of this. I think it would be sufficiently challenging to figure out how to do the first part of this bill, which is to take that emergency housing program that relies on motels and change that into something better.
Vermont's 5 community action agencies will be responsible for handing out grants to the providers for them to operate instead of the state, which they say comes with its own set of issues.
Some of them have no experience running homeless services programs, and some of them actually there's a conflict of interest. They receive HOP funds already, and now they'll be asked to decide how much funds would they retain for themselves, how much would go to other shelter providers.
I think handing it to them broken isn't really fair, and really sets the CAP agencies up for an unwinnable situation down the road.
Providers I spoke with say they feel it could also pin local providers against those 5 community organizations, since they will control how much money the providers get when everyone needs to be working together. Governor Scott has not announced a decision on this bill, but has expressed hesitancy multiple times, concerned with its financial impacts. Live in the newsroom this evening, Stephen Biddix, NBC5 News.